Welcome back to the Real List Podcast. How you guys doing, ladies and gentlemen? I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a good hump day. It's Wednesday. Yeah, so you already know what it is. Check it out. Got a good show for you tonight. It's a current event show. I don't do too many of these, but I do enjoy what I do. Please believe I do enjoy what I do. So let me get my setup right here. So, boy, I tell you, we're gonna jump directly into this show tonight because today in news, all over the news, every news outlet, you're hearing about, oh, what's our president and it's the perceived of his downfall. Oh, we're talking to president and his downfall. The Epstein investigation. Oh boy. They're pushing hard. They got the emails out. Let's see what happens. This is getting interesting. Trust you me, I think it's a great thing. Hypocrisy runs rampant and deep in this country. And it has run so rampant and deep that now everything is opening into the fold. You got they just out with the shit right now. With the white supremacy is just running rampant, but there's also white realism. The good job of that is going out there too. I ain't kissing ass, nothing like that, but I'm just saying we got to call it like we see it. We know that everybody's not horrible from all races. Let's be clear. But his downfall is quite evident. It's just people that they're in denial. I mean, let's be clear. If he was anyone else, he would be not under someone's jail right now. The man would have been eradicated from life. Like, this is ridiculous. Crime after crime, minute after minute, second after second, day after day. He's the president. He says, just do what I say. It's just crazy. But, but as I say all the time on this show, he's really doing what every president has ever done. They just done, I was a gangster with class, and I just wouldn't do it like that. He exposes everything that we have ever done. It's unraveling. So we might as well just stand down on our guns. Damn it. I see this shit don't work no more. It falls apart, right? He's a heavyweight. He's a heavyweight in everything he's ever done. Y'all knew what y'all was gonna get. He was gonna be you wide in the open without being hush and quiet about it. See, that's the difference between the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. One party is I cook grades. Call you back. Hold on, this is my pops. What is up, pops? I'm doing a podcast. What's going on with you? Oh man, I'm gonna hit you back. All right. Yeah. Pops, I gotta get Pops and my Uncle Ed on the show. Yeah, man. Let's get back to the podcast. Pops gotta some Pops got whatever. So anyway, yeah. Let me turn this on silent now. Yeah, so that don't distract me anymore. Anyway, so as I was saying, it's lightweight. The shit that's been going on forever anyway. So it's like people, we're acting as if, this is why I say America has amnesia. If you go through, like, from Nixon, the only decent one was probably, man that just died right here out of Georgia. You know who he is. He's decent. Jimmy Carter, decent man. I will say salute to Jimmy Carter. Anyway, let's get back to it. But the Bushes, Clinton. See, the thing is, I grew up in a town in Pensacola, in the Deep South, where I had granddaddies that were so smart they predicted shit 20 years in advance. They showed all kind of mental clarity and vision. When they said things like, my grandparents, they used to have these conversations about how these political algorithms were moving. And I was born in 1980, so '80s and '90s, I was a very astute young child, so and very coherent. I picked up on a lot of things very fast. So I understood. That's why I hung out with the old folks. It's like they wanted me around them because they was like, this is my son. I'm gonna raise him. Yeah, you're gonna be around me. You're gonna be around me. You got all them sisters and them, your mama, and you're gonna be around us. Like, oh yeah, I sure need this for real. I need this good training. So it was a lot of I'm so grateful for my elders, my grandparents, my uncle, my parents, for the good and the bad. One time, my uncle, my mama, older brother, man, he whooped me and my cousin ass so bad, man. I'm like, damn, what the fuck we do, man? Wrestling, like, fighting, boxing and shit. Late at night, we spending the night, we still, bow, bow, wrestling. Motherfucker, I'm this, I'm that, I here. Boy, we used to get our ass kicked. Go to bed. Yeah. Boy, I tell you, it was the funnest times in the world, man. I mean, when I used to go back to Pensacola, well, when I used to, my mother used to, for the summertime, be on break, I get to go back to Pensacola to see all my cousins every summer for like 7 summers. No, 6 summers. It was 6 summers, you know what I'm saying, from the ages of 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, 16 is, yeah, 17, 7 summers. 17, because that last summer we got back, uh, my uncle Bug had passed away when I was 17 years old. And it was that was the worst day of my damn life. That shit, still one of the worst days of my life. It's my only uncle, like, immediately. Like, I got other uncles on my father's side, and I have great uncles on my mother's side. Love all of them, but that immediate, my uncle Junebug, my uncle Claude Smith, he was it, man. That's my mother's brother. That was the king of my life, next to my pops and my granddad. Like, that was my trilateral. And then I have my Uncle Cleo, and then shout out to my Uncle Clarence and all of my other uncles, man. And, right now, my daddy he ain't had no brothers either. So when I think about my brother Tony, and my brother and my cousin Chris that passed away when I was 13 years old, that was another. He got shot up by the cops, so that was another painful, very hurtful moment in my life I had to endure at 13. Bright and shining star, brilliant, living in Atlanta on some real strong black power, brilliant, you know what I'm saying, giving knowledge, just living life. But he had like 5 kids at the age of 23. So, he was getting this swerve on like, Chris was like that, man. That was my, he was, those are my, not my idols, but that's who raised me. I remember the stories. I remember, the tales. I remember what I was going to be told. When you get older, boy, this was going to happen to you now. This was going to happen. Man, they used to predict damn near everything that happened in my life. Tell you, girls going to like you. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be, boy, you're going to be handsome when you get older. Boy, you're going to do some shit. Boy. They just pretty much wrote my life out for me as a youngster. But I thought I was going to be, with that ball in my hand. And my mother prevented that. Another worst day of my life. I couldn't go stay with my pops because in my mind it would have made my life better. I don't regret anything, but that's one little soft, little sore spot because I know I had that godly feeling in me that knew my life would have been. I would have been able to catapult, my family to a whole nother level. I was gifted, like I said, but you. That's why I say I failed so many times in life. It's okay. You know what I mean? It's no problem, but problem is, I've never accepted the fact that I would have a downfall. I took my opportunities and I made something good out of each and every one of them that I could. I made the best out of it, the best in the worst, or even in the worst situations that I've been in, I made something positive out of it. At least tried to. And that's just That's my nature. That's that optimism will carry you a long way, along with good fundamentals, dignity, respect. You know, you know, true. Being who you are authentically. Authenticity carries you a long way anyway because you don't have a reason to pretend for nobody else. It makes no fucking sense anyway. So Trump's downfall is the fact that he's authentic too, but in the wrong motherfucking way. He's a criminal, and he keeps doing the same criminal shit. It's just a creative criminal will just do everything in the opposite. That's not smart or intelligent. It's just dreadfully cruel and useless because it's a behavior that the world really doesn't need right now, to be quite honest with you. So let's move on to the next book moment, to the Democrats' downfall. Yeah, well, yeah. Democrats' downfall, they're just too weak and they're too sorrowful. And they infighting Republicans just as the Republicans. It's stupid as fuck too, because of two reasons. One, they don't know how, they never really stand for anything. They just, we don't fight, we don't care. They don't know how to fight. It's like the nerd that gets slapped around by Republicans, even though they lie, cheat, steal, and do every goddamn thing they do. I need y'all to wake up and smell Trump's ass in your face because that's what's going on. And I hope you take these opportunities that you got and do something with that awful, god awful smell with the pamper and the shit that come out of it too. Like that's fucked up. And he put it in y'all face. That's that's the reality of the equation. Stinking ass with flies and shit in your face. All that. Boy, I tell you, that's an awful way to fucking live. To watch the orange bandit barbarian baboon just oh, take a shit right here on your stomach. Oh boy, okay, all right. I get off you. Do your best, Democrats. I know it stinks to be you, but you got to fight to get that stench off you, and that's some hard work. Yeah, okay, Republicans, your downfall. So your downfall is your shit out in the public too. Grinder breaks every time you show your face. Every Republican convention, every time y'all get together, y'all just have y'all little gay fest with your wives. And I don't know what the hell kind of sycophant shit y'all be having going on. You're just the rottenest corpses of the country that says, I do what I want because I look pale. Yeah, do what I want. Yeah, y'all like to go to them goddamn conventions, live the fucking 70s, 80s, and 90s, and 60s, and the fucking 50s, all rolled in some conglomerate ball of shit. And you just, let's just mix it together and just fuck it up. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's kind of what y'all do. That's the Republican Party in a nutshell. We'll do anything to maintain control. You don't even have control of yourself. Just implosions. Implosions. Just always imploding. That's what the fuck the Republic. And I don't even want to bring up the black smudged Republicans. I refuse. Anyway, let's talk about America's come up. Hell yeah, let's talk about that. Let's get out of the darkness of politics. Shit is sickening. Oh, make me want to throw up. Anyway, this is America's come up. A new way to be innovative, a new way to fight, a new way to, you know, cross pollinate, a new way to invent, a new way to discover and keep your focus on what's really going on today. It's a digital age, digital coin, digital currency, digital rule. Yeah, it's like that. If you don't know how to survive, me and my uncle just talking about this, you die. If you don't have any skill sets that's worth a damn, somebody will call you disposable. Yeah, disposable, meaning you ain't worth a fuck. So you have to have something to be able to do. You might want to have a few things that you're able to do in order to exist in this digital age. This. I'm gonna tell you something, man. It's countries out here, and I won't bite off some things that have been shared to me, but it's bums living in other countries where they don't even accept cash. They'll take your goddamn digital currency because that's how advanced other places are in from America. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a whole nother world in places like China. It's a whole nother world if you understand the tangibilities of how people really get down. You know, you have to watch these other shows and these, you got these I'm sorry, these oh man, that shit hurt my nose. If you have these digital platforms, these apps, that you consume through, whether it be let's just keep it G, uh, fucking I don't know, Prime, Netflix, uh, you know what I mean, YouTube TV, yeah, YouTube Premium. But yeah, something that you consume through, whether it be just YouTube or whether it be Apple TV, any of these platforms. What you have to pay attention to is the technology. Seriously, this is how America wins. This is how we. This damn president said we no America, they dumb. We gotta bring motherfuckers with H-1 visas in because Americans are fucking stupid. They're not intelligent. They're dumb. Like this fucking, he's dumb. Like this clown, this ass clown. I mean, this is wow. The baboon. Oh my gosh. So the problem that he doesn't understand is the indigenous class in America, the true founders, the true builders, the true architects. Everybody hates it, but it's true. Just gotta do a little research, Stop believing what the fuck you want to believe about some shit that you were told that's just not true and will never be true if you really knew where your ass came from. Think about it. I've been here from inception. I already know. You know what I'm saying? I'm not beefing with my people, Perry. Now you just that's what I told you. One thing you will not get me to do is beef with my peoples. So who your peoples, Kennedy? Oh yeah. American Indians, FBA, black indigenous. People that identify with those, those are my people specifically. Are we supposed to fight because y'all want us to fight? No, no, no. There's no separation. There's no separation from your family members. See, this is a new day. We ain't getting down like that. That's how y'all get out. We're moving forward into a whole new world and way of being. And that should be okay with everybody. That's why I'm trying to tell my peoples, I got a lot of peoples of all races, nationalities, creeds. But my internal body of people, other peoples that I name, you want me to say them again? American Indians, FBAs, Black Americans, Aboriginals, people that identify with that terminology. No separation. We are one body of people. We are a global people that exist here, but we have people across the globe too. Y'all gotta do a little bit better research before you start trying to pit motherfuckers against each other and act like they supposed to. We want to see what they look like. You petty, you some petty people, man. There's some petty motherfuckers out here, I tell you. But we ain't gonna focus on that. We have our own lane and we stay in this motherfucker over here. You understand? You did. We'll get to them points later. But that's America's come up. Opportunity. Global opportunity. You know how we get around. We know how to behave. We know how to exist with people. We are intelligent. We are smart, bright, and brilliant. Now it's just time for us to put our talents to display and put leave certain little shit aside, okay? Keep your influence, keep your positivity, keep your melanated persuasion. You beautiful copper-colored melanated people. But anyway, the people's house. Yeah. Yeah. The people's house, people who built this place. And that's all peoples, by the way. But first, you know who built everything first around here. And that's the Aboriginals, the Black Americans, the FBAs, everything that I have named, Black Americans. You know who was pushed to do it. But we did it to the best. Because the thing is, one thing about this country is we have a connection to the land. Why you think the work was put into it and the promises that were never made. That's why there's a price to be paid. You understand? Okay. The dirty edutainment. A lot of times, history and learning about yourself and things like that, sometimes that shit can be painful. But what if it was pleasurable? What if it's something that you should get into when you get through the growing pains of it? You start to embrace it. See, once upon a time, we ran and walked away from everything that was indigenous to us because of what other people had and what they have given and the stories that they have told you about you, but you start believing and your children start seeing. It was called propaganda, degradation, annihilation, killing you on paper and in your face. The conditions weren't the same everywhere. Some people had it easier than others, and that's just the truth. That's how it falls out. At the end of the day, the North has such a negative influence on the South. The South didn't have it as bad as the North. The North had it fucking terribly worse, even in the harshest conditions. And even in the factories and working and all, never not getting paid shit, nothing. They took the ideology and the playbook from the South and degraded that shit. That's what they did. Some stories are fucked up. They're terrible. I'm not saying the South had it fucking made. No, slavery is fucking slavery, but treatment and the way you get shit out of people. In the South, it was a little slower. It was less. In the North, they flipped them fucking stories. They tried to tell you the shit that was going on up north that we didn't identify down south. Why do you think some of the best athletes, all of the greatest, came out of the South? Because we were able to raise cattle. It was so much land, we were spread out, very free. My family owned so much land. I had people that owned land in Greenville, Alabama, all acres and acres and acres. Uncle Rudolph, he got his. Yeah. My grandmama, Will Crawford got his. He got his land, sold a lot of it, and was stuck. Sold a shit ton of it in Pensacola, Florida. Same side, both sides of my family. My grandmama had 3 houses in the 1960s, owned, operated by her family, and they left it to her. She gave it to her kids. So when I tell you, I know I'm an American Indian because my people had means, they had wealth, still got it, still living them, my damn cousin still live in my great grandmama house on acres in Greenville, Alabama. Those are facts. Shout out to JM. Ephraim, what's happening? What's going on with you, boy? Yeah, man. We come from here. Our folks are the Mississippian, the Yamasee, the Choctaw. And on my grandmama's side, they the Pamunkey and the Namsed and the Powhatan. And they want to act like the story of Pocahontas ain't true. I'm going to show you all that shit. I'm going to show you the whole line of it. Hello? Nasir Jones got the same, his grandmama Pocahontas too. That's why we share blood. His daddy is from Mississippi. He's a Mississippian. Yamasee, Nasir Jones. Remember the song? I come from Mississippi. I was a young boy running wild. So I ran to New York City where I had my first child. I named the boy Nasir. All the boys call him Nas. What did he say? His next thing, he was the greatest man alive. Greatest man alive. Man, that was the dopest ass song when I was younger, man. Because I was like, Dad from Mississippi. That nigga, oh shit, my folks Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, goddamn. Oh man, that was cool for me. When that song came out, man, that shit was so dope. Yeah, that was one of my young man memories right there. It's cool. So yeah, that's the dirty edutainment. The dirty edutainment is how, you know what I'm saying? That's how my mind, how I remember, like, It was edutainment. It was my kind of education, but it's edutainment. So, that was kind of like how I define edutainment and how education is probably how education is supposed to be. Edutaining. Oh man. But I'm gonna let y'all know, man. No matter how old you get, no matter no matter what you go through in life, period, man, you can always change. You can always turn it around. You can always make a difference. You can always pick yourself up because it all starts with you in the first place. If you feel like you're drifting off, know how to bring yourself back into the fold a little bit. Know how to gather yourself pretty well. Call my auntie back. Call you back, auntie. Know how to gather yourself. Know how to bring yourself back into the fold and focus. Get yourself back on track. Me and my daughter had this conversation with my wife. All of us had this conversation last night in family discussion that you have to have where, where she could discuss like, well, the kids, they say they know something. Well, no, they put their schoolwork before everything. See, sometimes in order for you to be successful, you have to put what pays you before everything. Some of y'all don't like that idea. She's like, I just want to make money and try to do less. I can't. Man, if you don't put everything in what the fuck you got, how you know what you worth? How you know how you got the energy to do something more? You have to motivate yourself. That's an inside out type of situation. If you walking on a job every day and you ain't motivated about it, you don't deserve to make no fucking money. Laziness is a mindset. So is self-worth. I might come on again tonight, Dr. AE, because we want to go on a run. But I had to give you a little piece of my time for this current events show on this date. Day before yesterday's Marine Corps University, Marine Corps. Shit, I worked at Marine Corps University. Shout out to Larry Baker. Uh, I, Marine Corps birthday. Shout out to my Marines once again. Veterans Day. Shout out to my veterans. Shout out to my people. Shout out to my family. Shout out to the United States of America. Even as we know today, we still a proud countrymen, and our ancestors have fought and died and strived for every fucking inch of every little piece of freedom that we have today. So shout out. Still love you. We're still at home. There's still Mother Mama Ruth. So hey, that's the end of the show tonight. We may come back at you. But right now, understand two things and one thing at all. For all. For real. And you know what it is. The will is yours.